Hey yo, what's good reader fam? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well, hope you're taking it easy, and I hope that you've gotten the chance to watch some Vine compilations today. Today's video is being sponsored by Penguin Teen, and honestly I was about to sit down and give you this big extravagant video, but then I started filming it and I was like, yeah, can't do extravagant today. Not happening. Not on my non-existent watch right here on my wrist. I just can't today, so I'm not gonna force it. It is a video that I want to do soon, but I just gotta be in a different mindset to do it. So instead we're gonna be doing one of my chill chit-chatty videos today. We're gonna chit-chat it up. I hope you're okay with that. Don't worry, I'll have more extra videos for you soon. The first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that I haven't read any 5-star reads this year. That's something that just feels so weird to me. Like, I feel like I'm experiencing some kind of reader crisis right now, and I really don't like it. It feels like a reader crisis in the fact that I haven't given any books 5 out of 5 stars, but also in the fact that I've just kind of been off my reading game this year, which really sucks. I'm not about this lifestyle that I've been living. I'm kind of over it. Like, I am done. I want to get back into the reading game. It's just been difficult. I have read a few diamonds in the rough this year, but they've been kind of like knockoff diamonds, you know what I mean? In other words, they're not 5-star reads. You feel? But I also just had some circumstances this summer that just kind of pulled me out of the reading game, and I had to focus on real life things, which honestly, who wants to do that? Not me. I want to be living it up in a fictional world. And now that I'm out of that situation, I'm just having a hard time getting back into reading because I've been so off my game. Like, your boy was freaking out back in May when he was 3 books behind schedule on his Goodreads goal, but guess where I'm at now? I'm 15 books behind schedule. 15! 15! 15! What the flip? How will I ever reach my Goodreads goal this year? I'm just gonna read a bunch of graphic novels. Y'all can judge me all you want, but graphic novels count. Sure, they might be easier to read than a full-on novel, but they still count. I am trying to get myself really excited about reading again though. In fact, I want to talk about some books that I feel like are going to be 5-star reads for me, so I'm gonna predict some 5-star reads, which hopefully these books will end up being just that, because I need some 5-star books in my life. I need some quality, some greatness, some great books. The first one I have here is Frankly in Love by David Yoon. I just have such a good feeling from this book. Like, I feel like it's going to be a solid 5-star read for me. In fact, I feel like this book could even potentially end up becoming a favorite of mine. From what I've heard about this book, it just has so many elements in it that I feel like I'm going to love. It's got a family aspect, it's got fake dating, it's got Korean culture, which I really haven't read a lot of books with Korean culture in them, but if you've been watching my channel recently over the past few years, you know that I've fallen deep into the Korean entertainment world. It's completely swallowed me whole, and it's a big aspect of my life now. Like, I love Korean entertainment. So all of those things has me thinking that this could potentially become a new favorite. Please dive deep into the depths of my heart and plant a seed that grows into love for you, my book. This book follows a boy named Frank, and as I said, this book deals with fake dating, so he finds himself in this fake dating situation because his parents want him to date a Korean girl, but he ends up falling for a white girl. While fake dating is the thing that you hear the most when people talk about this book, it actually has a lot more to it. It's a book with layers. So while it does have a focus on romance, it also does have a focus on family and finding yourself and handling life changes. I'm super eager to get deeper into this one. I have started it and I'm really enjoying it so far, but I'm super looking forward to eating it all up. Okay. This is the Booksplosion Book of the Month for the month of September, and our live show is going to be on October 5th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to pick up this book and read it, this is in stores now, so I will leave a link to it down below in the description as to where you can get it. I'll also leave a link down below in the description for the Booksplosion channel. I'm super looking forward to reading this also because of the fact that I'm currently going through a reading drought, and I feel like contemporaries are really good in kind of helping you get out of a reading slump, so hopefully it does just that. Another 5-star prediction that I have is Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I'll be interested to see if I actually get around to reading this book though, because I feel like with every Leigh Bardugo book, I take years to actually get around to reading it, which is such a bad habit. I really need to kill that habit because I love Leigh Bardugo's books. She's got such a great writing style. I love her worlds. I love her characters. There's just so much to love about her books, okay? I could gush for days about how much I love her book. I'm eager to read this one because of the fact that it is her first book set outside of the Grisha universe, which is a pretty big deal. And it's also supposedly really hecka dark, which that really just has me curious. Like, I want to know what's so dark about it. But I mean, going into Ninth House, I feel like a lot of people should know that it's dark considering the fact that it's about a cult. Like, that right there is a pretty sure sign that it's gonna be hecka dark. Next up is The Fountains of Silence by Ruta Sepetys. This book comes out on October 1st, and it's also the Booksplosion Book of the Month for the month of October. I love reading historical fiction in like the fall time or the winter time. I feel like that's such a big mood reader thing. But for some reason in the fall and winter time, I'm down for some historical fiction. Well, now that I think about it, it's more so like fall time is is like spooky books with some historical fiction possibly. Then in winter I'm like, give me all the fantasy and maybe a historical fiction on the side every now and then. Even though, to be honest, I haven't read a historical fiction in quite some time. Like, I think the last one that I read was The Night Tiger, which is kind of historical fiction, but also kind of like soft fantasy. Regardless, I'm really looking forward to this next book by Ruta Sepetys. I feel like she's just such an underrated author. Like, more people need to pick up her books and read them because they're excellent. I mean, I've only read one of her books, but it was great. I just feel like nobody talks about her books, so I'm like, where are y'all at? Let's just start a Ruta Sepetys book club and call it good. The next book that I'm predicting will be a 5-star read is Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. I'm trying to lower my expectations for this book, but I just have this feeling that it's going to settle itself down in my heart. And even though the author himself and the marketing for this book has been like, oh, it's just like Perks of Being a Wallflower, it's got that same tone, I'm not buying that just yet. It's a freaking horror book. But I'm gonna go into it with an open mind, and I'm super excited about this one just because it's been so long since Stephen Chbosky has put out a book, so I'm curious to see all that he does with this one. Lastly is A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. No, this is not a new release, but I haven't read it yet. But it's a book that I am planning to tackle this fall. I'm gonna full-on body tackle it. Maybe not body tackle, but I'm gonna tackle it with my reader eyeballs. But it's time. I've been avoiding it for far too long, but it could just be that book that reignites the reading fire inside of me. The fire that needs to be lit so badly. What's a book that you're planning to read soon that you feel like is going to be a full-on 5 out of 5 stars? So let me know down below in the comments. Next up, I want to talk about rereading books. I know that I've talked about this a lot on my channel, but I love rereading books, and I feel like this has just been a year of rereads for me, which has been a really pleasant thing outside of the fact that it's held me back from reading books that are unread on my bookshelves. But shh, it's fine. I'll get to those books eventually. I reread Crooked Kingdom twice this year because apparently I'm trash. Not much more to that. I reread Death Note, My Hero Academia, Truth Witch, Looking for Alaska, and I think that's it. It's always so interesting to go back and reread books because you can always just have such like different experiences with a book. For example, I feel like it was such a good decision for me to reread Truth Witch because the magic system made so much more sense to me the second time around. Like, when I first read it, I kind of got it. It just didn't fully click in my mind, and the second time around I was like, oh, gotcha. It fully clicked in my mind. Another example is Looking for Alaska. I just recently reread this for the Booksplosion Book of the Month. We read it in August, and the last time that I read that book was in high school. I'm pretty sure I was a senior in high school, and I was just in such a different mindset in that time of my life. Like, oh, I was such a different person back then. Praise the Lord too, because I do not want to be that kid anymore. I think with this book, it's one that I should just leave with the teenage version of myself. While I did enjoy it the second time around, I just didn't connect with it as much as I did as a teenager. And again, I think that just goes with the fact that I was in such a different place in my life when I first read it, and I'm not in that place anymore, so I didn't really connect with it or vibe with it. That's not to say that I don't love John Green's books anymore, because I totally do. They're fantastic. I have so much love and respect for John Green's books. I am not a John Green hater at all, which it seems to be pretty popular to hate on John Green's books these days. Not to say you can't have a negative opinion about his books, because obviously you do you, I'ma do me, but I think some of the hate is a little much. Anyway, I appreciate this book for what it is, but I will never read it with the same eyes or mindset that I had as a senior in high school, but that's okay, and I think I'm just gonna leave it with that version of myself. Have you guys reread any books this year? And if so, did you have a different experience with it, or did you have a similar experience with it like you did the first time you read the book? Let me know in the comments down below. The next thing that I want to talk about is bookshelves and a really first world problem. I keep getting asked to do a bookshelf tour, and I know that it's been a long time since my last one, but I don't know when I'll do one again because I currently just really hate how I have my bookshelves organized. But I also have no desire, and I mean no, absolutely no desire to reorganize my bookshelves currently. Reorganizing bookshelves is something that can take days, sometimes a week, and I just do not have it in me to do that right now. Plus, I cannot figure out for the life of me how I want to organize my bookshelves currently. The one behind me is in pretty decent shape, but then I have the one that's over there on that wall, and yikes, it needs help. It needs a complete facelift, basically. I also feel like I want to do another book clean out soon, which I do a few of those a year because your boy is a book impulse buyer, and he picks up books he knows good and well he will never read. But does that ever stop him? No. If anything, that's what keeps him going. I need to stop talking about myself in third person. If somebody wants to reorganize my bookshelves for me, I'll give you a book. Hey, is that good enough payment? Not at all. A full-on book shopping spree should be the payment for reorganizing somebody else's bookshelves. How do you guys organize your bookshelves? Let me know down below in the comments. Usually I just go with what I feel like looks good. Like if I see my bookshelves and they make me happy, I've hit the jackpot. Lastly, I just want to talk about some booktube things, aka just like content on my channel and stuff. I've been wanting to get back into doing book reviews, but I feel like I've just been putting so much pressure on book reviews. Like I want them to be perfect and I want them to be different and unique, and I feel like because I've been putting so much pressure on the book review, it's actually held me back from actually making those videos again. And I have notes on books that I read forever ago and I still want to make those book reviews, but I think I'm just kind of overthinking the concept of that video style. I'm like constantly thinking of how I can revamp the format and make it new and fresh when I really don't need to do that. Like who needs that stress in their life? Not me. I just need to have fun and do my thing and stop worrying about being the most original person on BookTube, because I'm never gonna be that person. I'm basic. I own it. I have some videos coming up that I'm super excited about, but they're kind of more of like the long-term video process making, if you know what I mean. Like they take a long time to make. I can't say that I've delivered the content that I wanted to going into this year. I've definitely put out a lot of videos that I'm super hecka proud of, but I feel like I definitely put too much pressure on myself going into this year. I definitely feel like I'm moving in the right direction as to where I want to take my channel and the kind of videos that I want to make. But overall, I can say that I've had the most fun making content this year on BookTube. Out of all my years on BookTube, like this is the year I've had the most fun making content. And I really hope that I can keep walking down this path and just keep making things that I'm really excited about and keep creating interesting and new videos for you. I say, as I'm making the most basic video ever currently right now. I'm also thinking about really challenging myself in the month of October. Ooh. I don't want to outright say what I'm thinking about up here in the noggin, but if all goes as planned, you'll either be really excited about my channel in the month of October, or you'll get really tired of me in the month of October. That was a big old clue. That's it for the video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. You guys should let me know down below in the comments a book that you're currently reading and a book that is on your radar, a book that you want to get to soon. If you like this video, be sure to go and hit that like button. If you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe or go and hit that bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your day is bright, that tomorrow is brighter. Keep reading what your heart desires, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye.